in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Snot, how are you?
Good, how are you? Hi.
Good. What's going on?
I have a question about my little story. So I came with the work and travel visa 2017.
Right.
And I overstayed and I got by border control 2018.
Wait. Slow down. I know you're waiting a long time to speak to me. I want to make sure that I get it, okay? So where are you originally from, Sanat?
I'm from Kazakhstan.
You're from Kazakhstan. And when did you come to the United States?
2017 for the work and travel.
Okay. For what show?
Work and travel, the J1.
On a J1. Got it. Okay. Did you have a 2-year home residence requirement?
No.
You did not. Okay. And what happened after you came on the J1? You were supposed to go do a program, work on an internship. What were you supposed to do here?
So it's like a work and travel exchange program.
Okay.
So it's like 3 months only.
Okay.
From the summer.
And then apparently you haven't left, and here you are still, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And your question is what?
And the question is like, I'm just saying my story. So I got gotten by border control. I got arrested by immigration.
Why did you get arrested? How did they find you?
I was traveling by Greyhound.
It's always the Greyhound. Where was this? Was this up north by Buffalo going to Chicago, or down south going to Florida?
Chicago, yes.
Chicago,
I was coming from Chicago.
I am telling you, the New York to Chicago train and bus, it goes on a northern loop, goes up near the border of Canada, then comes back down. I sketch you every time on those trips. Anyways, continue.
Okay. Yes. So I got there. So they got me, and I was Ohio. I was in Ohio.
Right.
So they got me in Ohio. They put me in jail in Ohio, and I got out for the I paid bond and everything. I got out, and I applied for asylum the less than a year, and I got master hearing. A master hearing 2019 on June. And the master hearing, they scheduled me for December 2020, 14 December. But I got married on September 2019 for U.S. citizen. And I applied for I-130 at November 2019. And I still didn't get my interview.
All right.
And,
well, did you do this on your own, or you have a lawyer?
I do have a lawyer.
Okay. Well, the process should be this. I don't know what your lawyer's doing, but the process should be this. Number one, the lawyer files an I-130, which he or she did, but has to request what's called a bona fide marriage exemption. And the reason why you have to do this, and hopefully they did this, other than that, your I-130 is going to be denied. And the reason they have to do this is because you got married after you were put in removal. So what the law says is there's a presumption that if you get married after you put in removal, that you got married just to avoid deportation. So you have to file an I-130 and request what's called a bona fide marital exemption to overcome that presumption that you just got married to avoid removal. And in that I-130, you have to submit a ton of evidence to prove you and your wife are in a bona fide marriage. You got to do it up front with the application when it goes in. And for everybody who watches my show, if you've learned anything for 3 years, what a bona fide marriage is, you live with your wife, you have a financial relationship with your wife. So or your husband or whoever it is that you live with, or whoever you're married. So all of that information has to be submitted in advance with the I-130 with a letter written by you, signed by you, requesting a bona fide marriage exemption. At the same time, your lawyer should be writing the judge and advising the judge, because the judge is going to get pissed off when you show up for your individual hearing in December and your lawyer tells the judge, oh, by the way, he's filing an I-130. We don't want to go forward with the asylum. Judge is going to be yelling at everybody. You don't want the judge yelling at you. You want the judge on your side. So you want to, well in advance, tell the judge, it's basically an motion to recalendar, that you want to go forward with this I-130 visa petition and waiting for an approval, and you want to recalendar your case to a master calendar rather than an individual hearing.
Okay.
If you need help, hold on. Did I answer your question, by the way?
Yeah, I don't think she wait. She put I-130, but I don't think she put like a lot of evidence. I would just give like my home lease and bank account, but joint account, but not really much.
I don't know. I would have to look and see what he or she did. So hold on one second, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Let's go to Warren in Charlotte, North Carolina. Warren.
Hey,
Hey,
Brad, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Okay, I have a question. I've been married for 2 years. I moved with my wife from Connecticut to North Carolina. So, and then I had the conditional residence. So it's gonna expire on October 2021.
What's going to expire? One second. What's going to expire?
The green card, the
your
conditional
2-year
green
green
card.
card. Okay.
Yes, and so recently I was victim of a domestic violence. So I left. I have a police report and a restraining order, and I have tons of proof that the marriage was bona fide. So I was just asking if I apply for a waiver, like how much chance I have to be approved.
How much chance do you have to be approved? You want an exact number?
No, I'm just asking for your advice.
All right. So my advice is this: if you have proof that you lived in a bona fide marriage, you have a police report. Your wife got arrested.
No.
Okay.
I didn't file a charge, but I have a restraining order.
Okay, but the police came to the home.
Yes.
Okay. So the best
and
evidence,
I have a restraining order.
By the way, the best evidence, one of the best evidence, sadly, one of the best, and it's a sadly, but it's true. One of the best evidence to prove you and your wife are in a bona fide marriage is the police showed up and you're fighting like cats and dogs, because they find you living in the same home, fighting and screaming and emotional with each other, and maybe even physical with each other. People who are in business marriages, they don't care enough to fight like that or live together.
Right.
So, the fact that the police came and saw you there is great evidence. Do you have so it sounds like to me you certainly have enough evidence to prove you're in a bona fide marriage. Now, to do the waiver, you have to prove one of two things. Either one, you're divorced, or two, you were the victim of extreme and domestic violence. So you can go forward with the domestic violence and prove it's a real marriage. Whenever you do that, unless there's an arrest by the police, because if there's an arrest and your wife is charged with domestic violence, well, that's open and shut. Because, courts, district attorneys.
I have a restraining.
I understand.
I have a restraining order.
Okay, so that goes far. It doesn't go all the way to an arrest. You always leave it up to the discretion of an immigration officer. Was there in fact domestic violence? You're giving them, let me see, yes, no, maybe, yes, no, maybe. If you get a divorce, there's no yes, no, maybe. It's here's the divorce. You can't argue it. You're divorced and it's a real marriage. So my advice to you, since your green card is going to expire shortly and you're not divorced yet, is you file that application based on abuse and that you're in a real marriage to remove the conditions of your permanent residence. But think about doing a divorce as well. It's not worth being married to this woman anymore if she's abusive to you. And make sure you're divorced and use that as a backup just in case when you go on the interview to remove the conditions that the officer doesn't believe there was domestic violence.
Okay.
All right.
So now how long it takes?
But it sounds like you got a good case to me. I can't give you an exact percentage, but it sounds like a good case to me. How long is it going to take? Over 18 months.
Right, over 18 months. Yes. Okay.
All right.
All right.
But
you.
While it's pending, you're still going to have a green card every day. So it's never going to be a day where you don't have a green card.
Okay, good.
Right.
Good.
Right.
Thank you, Brad.
All right.
I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
And can I have a consultation?
Yeah. Hold on one second. Let's go to Saeed in Calgary, Canada. Saeed.
Hi, how are you, sir?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. You have anything else to say? Question? Comment?
Hello?
Saeed.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, here.
Yes,
You
go
hear
ahead.
me?
I hear you. I heard you say,
Yeah.
how are you? I said hi.
Okay, so I have a question. My daughter is a citizen USA. She born in New Jersey,
Uh-huh.
and I live with her that time. And I deport from there in 2003. I came in Canada.
Why were you deported?
Because I was stay there longer,
So you were an overstay. Where are you from?
Yeah,
Where you
Pakistan.
All right, so you were from Pakistan, you came to the United States, you overstayed, you got ordered deported, and then what? Did you apply for asylum to Canada? Is that what you did? Or you had family member? What?
No. I apply for the. I'm Canadian citizen right now.
You're a U.S. citizen now.
Canadian.
How did you get to Canada? How did you get to Canada?
I just crossed the border. You got asylum,
Oh, that's what I said. You went to Canada and applied for asylum. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So now you're a Canadian citizen, and your question is you want to come back to America.
Yeah, so I applied for a 10-year period deportation. I stay in Canada. I didn't go through USA until I apply for the waiver application, and they approve my waiver application. As soon you come to USA, you bring the piece of paper. You can go in and out. So now the reason my daughter is 21-year-old right now. So she petitioned me to bring to in United States. So how long it took the procedure to bring me back to United States?
Well, she would have to file an I-130 visa petition. Get it approved.
Yeah, she
Okay,
did.
let me take you through the process, and then I'll tell you the time. She has to file an I-130 visa petition, get it approved. You got to process at the U.S. Embassy. When you go into the U.S. Embassy, you have to file a 212 waiver to return after a prior order of deportation, even though the deportation was back in 2003. The 212 waiver is a balancing all the positive reasons for you to come versus the negative reasons to not allow you to come back. The only thing you did bad was overstay your visa. You already did that same balancing act for the non-immigrant visa waiver, so you're going to file the same exact documents for the immigrant 212 waiver. You'll get that waiver approved. You'll come to America, but it takes 12, 18 months to process for a green card for an I-130, another 6-9 months for a 212 waiver. So you're probably looking at about 2 years and change, something like that, start to finish.
So I applied. I got a receipt from the USC. I got your application. I received your application. How long they took right now?
What application did you receive?
I filed the I-130 form, my daughter.
Right, I just told you it takes about 18 months to get the I-130 and process at the U.S. Embassy, and then another 6 to 9 months for the waiver. So that's what the process will be.
Oh, okay.
All right, hold on if you need help. And some of the comments, people are saying, stay in Canada. What's going on here in America? All right, let's go to Camille in Queens. Camille.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. So my first question is, will the injunction, do you think it's going to be resolved before the end of this year?
Ask me after the election. And I'm not
Say that
sure,
again, Brad.
I'm not sure which injunction, because there's a lot of different injunctions.
The N400, the N400.
Okay, the injunction for the filing fee increase will probably last through the end of the year. Correct.
Okay, perfect. Well, okay. Now, another question. If a parent is stripped of their rights and the child is
adopted.
Okay, filed. Adopted.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you two things.
Mm-hmm.
Can that child later on in life file for those two parents?
No, you've broken the bonds forever.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so that would answer. So that child that comes up.
So let's say a child. Let's make it very easy. You got a child.
Okay.
They live in Jamaica. The mother's stripped of her parental rights. Some, very nice family in America, whether it's a relative or a stranger, whoever, files an orphan petition, takes this child because the child has no mother and father anymore, and then does an adoption here in the United States of America. Legally, the parents of that child is the adopted family. There is no, when you're stripped of your parental rights, You are stripped of your parental rights. It's exactly what it means. You are no longer the parent of that child.
Okay. Does it affect, or can it ever affect, say, for instance, the parents ever coming to the state?
No.
Okay. Now, when they strip up the parents, can both, or it could be just one parent being stripped? Or it depends on who's on the birth certificate.
Because you have to be an orphan. No mother, no father.
Okay. No mother, no father.
No mother, no father.
Yes. Lastly,
Uh-huh.
If you are looking to file for your citizenship, you have your 10-year green card, but your ex-wife, the person is now divorced. Say, for instance, she had a restraining order out on the ex-husband. Does that affect his citizenship?
It absolutely does. If you have a restraining order against you, you can't prove good moral character.
Shut the front door. Really?
Shut the front door, correct.
Okay, question.
Shut the front door, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it how? Okay. So with that being said, how many years of good moral character do you have to be eligible for citizenship?
Well, you need 5 years good moral character, or 3 years if you're married in a bona fide marriage to a U.S. citizen. And good moral character is not going to start until that restraining order is lifted. So once the restraining order is lifted, then you can start counting good moral character.
Noted. Okay. Brad, thank you so much.
All right, good luck.
Okay, good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Shut the front door. Very, very G-rated. I like it. All right, Frank in Chicago.
Hey, Brad. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Everything's good. I talked to you back in January, and taking your advice, I did file for my citizenship in Chicago.
Great.
Just a quick question. I'm married to a U.S. citizen, 10 years. I got 2 kids. And I got a misdemeanor back in Indiana with the smoke shop, if you remember that. But I know you get so many calls.
I remember. But tell me what happened.
So I'm waiting. I got my fingerprints done, and I'm still waiting for the interview. But there's 5 years is coming since I pleaded guilty to a Class B misdemeanor. It was an unsupervised probation, which ended 2016. I applied under the 3-year rule, married to a U.S. citizen. Should I go ahead and do expungement during the naturalization, or should I just wait?
It's not going to make any difference on your naturalization whether you.
Right. Yeah, they can see everything.
Yeah,
I understand, but with that,
you can if you want to. It's not going to affect it one way or the other.
Oh, it won't affect it. Yeah. So that's what I want. I'm like, should I do it or not? Because
you expunge it because it's just they don't see it if you I guess apply for a job or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So,
but they still see it.
You do it for your own other reasons other than immigration, but for immigration it's not going to make a difference.
It won't make any difference. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I'm still waiting on the interview, though. I've kept it clean, and
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much, Brad. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Iffy in Austin, Texas. Iffy.
Hello, Brad. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So I got my work permit in June, and when I got the work permit, I was reading through the notes written there. I'm from Nigeria, and it says that if someone has overstayed or something like that, the CBP officer has the right to deny the person entry if they
You're talking about the advanced parole.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, since I overstayed before I got married and got the advanced parole, if I decide to go to Nigeria, I don't know if it's possible with the advanced parole.
If you go under 4 weeks, I don't know what you're reading, but if you go for under 4 weeks, I know what I read in the law, you'll come back.
Okay. The second question is, my wife, because of this coronavirus and everything, she's self-employed and she's receiving a little bit of unemployment benefits. Will it matter?
It only matters. It doesn't matter for public charge, meaning that they can't say you're getting government assistance and therefore you're denied. But it does matter that if she doesn't earn enough income that maybe they're going to say you're going to take government benefits, or you potentially could take government benefits. So it's not, in other words, when you collect unemployment, it's not like collecting Medicaid where it's like, don't do that. Because you could be you can collect unemployment and be a millionaire and collect unemployment. If I worked for somebody and I got laid off, I can collect unemployment. It has nothing to do with my place in life or my status or my income or anything else. But if you're relying on the unemployment and nothing else, and your unemployment is $200-300 a week, you may not be able to show that you can support your spouse 125% above the poverty level. That's a different situation. But it's not like getting a Medicaid or something like that.
Okay. The third question is still based on the Nigerian issue for a friend that applied for asylum some time ago, and he was denied. But with the current civil unrest and repression in Nigeria, they are wondering if it's possible to do it again since they have a changed circumstance.
You can't do asylum again if you've been ordered deported. You've been ordered deported. I guess.
No, he was okay. He was denied the asylum, and he got married, and just like you were saying earlier on,
right? Then go with the marriage, because we don't know what it's too early to tell what's going on. Because maybe you wouldn't get asylum, but if he was put in removal, you would get something called Convention Against Torture, which is the government can't protect your safety if you go home.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're better off to get a green card through marriage. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Let's go to Monica in Boston. Monica.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? So
I'm good. I'm sorry. I was taking a drink. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, actually, I'm a medical student. I was working at a hospital, but I lost my job. So can I take an unemployment benefit? Because I have to apply for my husband's change of status. That's why I'm asking about it.
You're a citizen?
Yes, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Absolutely do it. Because you want to know why? You're unemployed either way, so you might as well get income from it. It's not going to prevent you from filing for your spouse.
Right, and because I'm a medical student, so in 2021, hopefully I'll be applying for a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you'll need an affidavit of support from somebody else, but yeah, go collect unemployment.
All right, thank you.
All right, good luck. Let's go to Andre in Los Angeles. Andre.
Hi, Brad. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you. I asked this question before, but I texted in. So unfortunately, I was at work when the answer came in, so I wasn't able to hear it. But anyways, I was arrested when I was a minor. I was arrested back in 2000 for carjacking was the charge. But I was placed on probation, but then I did not finish my probation. So when I got to over the age of 18 years old, I had an arrest warrant for the same crime because I did not finish my probation. So when I went back to the juvenile court, the judge decided to just dismiss my case. So she said, you know what?
What did the judge decide to do?
To dismiss my case.
Dismiss the fact that you didn't complete the probation. So you were not charged. You were not charged or found guilty of violation of probation.
Correct. Yeah, she just dismissed it.
You're very lucky because I was getting concerned that was the underlying crime a juvenile offense, or it was a felony or misdemeanor? What was it?
No, the disposition said that my case was dismissed and that they found it to be delinquent.
Okay, so you were juvenile delinquint. Your case is dismissed. Congratulations, you have no criminal record. You have no criminal record.
I have two more arrests after that. So anyway. Yeah.
I had more faith in you than that, but okay. Let's hear what happened.
So going back to my story, then I was 16 years old, and I got arrested for conspiracy of it was a drug offense. But I was a minor. I was 16 years old when that happened, and they decided to release me. They dropped the charges, dismissed again, so they just released me. They let me go home. So after that, I got arrested again, but this time I wasn't already an adult. I was 19 years old when I got arrested for assault. And then again, it was a false police report, not a false police report, but someone called the police and said it was me.
Right.
So then finally they detained me, and then I went to the detention center, and then they hours later they just released me.
All
So,
right. So,
anyway,
so lucky you, Andre. 3 arrests and a probation violation, and based on what you're telling me, you have no record.
correct.
Okay.
So on 2018, I finally got my interview for my adjustment status, and I got my green card.
Great.
And I got my green card for 10 years based on marriage.
Great.
So now my question is, now I'm trying to travel to my home country to visit my family. And I've been traveling soon, but I'm a little concerned because of those arrests. Is that going to be an issue for me once I'm coming back?
No, because you're allowed, you don't have a criminal record. You already got your green card. You're fine.
Okay. And then lastly
Where
would be
from?
the
Where you
last,
from? Where you from?
I'm from El Salvador.
Uh-huh. Okay, and lastly what?
Yeah. So my last question is, when it comes to the time to file for naturalization, is this going to affect me on my interview for
No, I mean,
citizenship?
you have to bring the dispositions again that you've shown already, but it won't affect you, and you'll file your citizenship in 3 years, in 2021.
Got it. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
All right.
I mean, I really appreciate
sounds
it.
like
Thank
you're
you.
okay. Sounds like you're okay. Good luck, and I'm glad
Thank
everything
you.
worked out for you.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, let's go to Dash in Baltimore. Dash.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, Dash. How are you?
Hi. I was calling because I'm married to a man from Jamaica, and I petitioned the file for his son, my stepson. And they asked that my husband do DNA testing. So he did the DNA testing, and we had they gave us till like the 13th of November, but we called back the site to find out about the child getting DNA testing in Jamaica, and the testing site here said that Jamaica's not doing any testing.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We would have to figure it out.
So what will we do at this point?
I don't have an answer for you. It's the first I'm hearing Jamaica's not doing any testing. We would have to call the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica and figure out what alternatives they can give us. I don't have the answer for you. In other words, you're telling me right now you called and they said there's no testing in Jamaica. It's first I'm hearing about it. I don't know. We got to find out if that's true or not true, and then we got to speak to the U.S. Embassy and figure out what alternatives there are. I don't know. I would have to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
All right. So it's not like I can tell you, yes, call Quest Labs. They'll do it. I have no idea. Because you can't. The child is in Jamaica. You can't. How do you get the child out of Jamaica to go to a different lab? So we got to figure out other options. All right. But hold on 1 second. We'll figure it out. I don't have the answer.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right. Our last call from Kay in San Jose, California. Kay.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I'm in US on L1 visa. Last year, my wife came on a dependent.
What type of visa?
L1 visa.
L1 visa, intra-company transferee. Where are you from?
From India.
Okay, so you're a manager or executive of a company. You worked in that company 1 year in India in one of the last 3 years, and you came over with your wife. And she has a work permit too, I assume, right?
No. I got married recently, so she came on a dependent visa on L2 here. But she was not allowed in because she was not able to produce some of the documents. They sent her back.
What wasn't she able to produce?
Because she was on F1 before I got married to her. So they asked some documents related to her F1,
they wanted to make sure that she didn't violate her F1 visa.
Yeah.
Correct. And she wasn't able to present that, and they sent her home?
Yes.
Wow, terrible. So what happened? So where is she now? She's back in India.
She's back in India, yeah.
Okay. So your question is, how do you get her here?
Yes.
Well, did she violate her F1 status? Let's start with there.
Yeah, I think they put 2126 AC something.
All right, so if she violated her F1 status, and they're saying she committed fraud or she overstayed her time, then she would need a non-immigrant visa waiver. So we have to go back to the U.S. Embassy and apply for a non-immigrant visa waiver for her to come here. and she has to show that the reasons for her to come benefit the United States more than the reasons to keep her back. If she's not able to do that, then ultimately you're on an L1. Your choice would be apply for your green card. You can in the EB1 category, and then she can file to join and would need a waiver or a green card waiver, one or the other. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.